Hey everybody, it's a lovely sunny day today, so I've come back to the boat in order to glass up the Nidaplast panel that's going to be going down in the forward cabin for the sole. The boat is lovely and dry after our previous efforts at resealing or at least taping up the forward cabin windows. We have had some questions about polishing those window frames. We're going to do that later. All of the windows have got to come out again at some point in the future to repair the inner lining, which is in a pretty bad state. At this stage of the game, we're just trying to get weather tight, just trying to get weatherproof for the autumn and the winter. So I need to set up my glassing station on the side deck and get my accelerant and my resin and my brushes and my scissors and my all sorts of stuff that I need to cut the glass mat to shape and get at least one layer each side. I think I'm probably going to do two one side and one the other, so that I can glass in with one last top layer, and that will include tabbing in to the sides of the hull. So let's bang on. So as you can see, I've got the roll back up on the side of the boat. It's a very useful way to do it. So this raggedy baggedy stuff that was lying about on the floor and got trod on a few times, I was going to slice that off, checking on both sides that the glass is good. I reckon about there is going to do us. And then it's 1m65-ish I'm going to cut. I'll check the measurement again, 1m60 something anyway. And we'll cut that off. We'll get 4 lengths, identical lengths off, and go and mix up some resin and start slapping it on. And if I have time before we run out of light this afternoon, I'll be grinding out the rest of the sole in the forward cabin and the foam underneath. So let's go. safety gloves, which is always good fun. And there we go. So while that's just doing its final bit of soaking in, I will remove these gloves because they are now spent. Oh, they didn't disintegrate this time, which is good. So after just half an hour, during which I was just off getting some B-roll and watching somebody come ashore on the hoist, on the lift, which was good fun, I come back and find this is set up beautifully. Let's come down and have a real good look. Still a teensy bit tacky, so I'd say another 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and that will be ready for a trim around the edge, and then I'll flip it over and cut another section of glass to put on the other side. This is going to be the bottom side, so this is going to end up with 2 layers, the top side with 1 as discussed earlier. And the weather is holding. It's still windy, but it's still sunny, no sign of rain, so it's been a good day so far. I'm at the point where this is actually very close to coming up, and the second layer of glass on the new sole, on one side of the new sole, is setting up. God, this wood is so rotten. It's coming out in lumps. Oh, joy of joys. Rotten dagger stringer. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, well, that's all that out in one piece. Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. I wasn't sure if that was going to be possible. So that's fantastic. It's actually been a very productive day of work. Now that the last chunk of the forward cabin sole is out, the foam can be removed and the rotten dagger stringer replaced with something more sensible. I might even use Nidaplast. I'll have to have a think about that. The Nidaplast for the panel that is going to go down to replace the piece of sole that we've just removed, I've got 2 layers on one side, none on the other, but the second layer is just finishing setting up. So I'm going to go and trim it off with Oscar, flip it, provided it's cured, and very, very quickly get another layer of glass on the undressed side. Let that set up for half an hour and then bring it inside so it can cure overnight, and then I will come back just as soon as I can to gouge out the remains of the foam and the dagger stringer and make good, as they say, and fit this new piece of sole. And then once that's in, we can finish off doing the chain locker bulkhead, which will also be wonderful. That'd be great to get that putted in, but I do need to cut a hatch hole in it, but we can burn that bridge when we get to it. That's not massively urgent at the moment, because the chain is basically sitting on the ground and needs replacing anyway. So very productive day. Let's just see if we can get these last couple of bits done tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to edit this all together and show it yous. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Oh, and I've still got a donut to eat. Oh, lucky me. Well, unfortunately, time has run out this evening. The glass on the new section of sole hasn't set up. It's still really quite tacky. So I'm not going to be able to stay and cut that tonight. It's way too late to fire up Oscar in the yard. It's absolutely pitch dark outside. But I will come back tomorrow. There's going to be a teensy spot of rain overnight, but by the time it rains, which is going to be 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, it will have set up, so I'm not massively worried about that. But I will come back tomorrow, finish the trimming, finish gouging out the foam in the forward cabin, and that will be another job off the list. And then when that is done, we will need to work on this damn thing. That is going to be a hell of a job. It's going to take a lot of planning. We also need to order some more resin for it, in fact, because I've glugged my way through 2 litres of the stuff today. So I can't even be sure that I've got enough resin to do the forward cabin bulkheads. I've got enough to do the sole, definitely, but I doubt if I've got enough to do the forward cabin bulkheads. So I'm going to go home, order some more of that tonight. That should turn up in time for the weekend. And we will have a good few days of solid cutting and glassing Nidaplast and grinding out old wood, so that this rotten old bulkhead can be taken out and we can start making some real honest to goodness progress, and not worry about rotting wood anymore, which would be wonderful to get that done before the weather gets too serious, now that autumn is well and truly here. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Take good care of yourselves, and we'll see you very soon again aboard good old Bebop. Toodle-oodles.